right, Beer Night followers. We are here at Aftershock Brewing Company, and we're sitting down with Thomas here, one of the brewmasters.
Bonus segment
little
here.
bonus thing here.
Okay.
We figured we'd have you here just to talk about the beers that we like the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to kind of get your insight a little bit and just to kind of, give you, I don't know, a little bit of screen time. Why not?
Yeah, give the brewmaster his due. Do you brew everything here, or do you have any help at all?
I've been brewing everything here. Occasionally I'll get help, but
Yeah.
it's just rocking the brew house,
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty awesome that you do it all pretty much by yourself.
That's good.
Right.
How'd you get started in the brewing? Like, is it like a hobby you grew into and you kind of wanted to do as a career? Or?
Me and a friend of mine were homebrewers before we were 21 years old, making our own beer.
Excellent.
That usually
Excellent.
is how you start.
This is like my dream when I was under 21 right there.
Yeah, so we were making our own beer. Probably the worst beers I've ever had in my life.
Naturally. Gotta start somewhere though, right?
Yeah.
My friend at the time, he ended up like breaking his ankle, so like I ended up learning a lot and ended up having to cover a lot of the brew days.
Oh,
But he ended up working here right when they first opened, and I was volunteering at the time.
Yeah.
They let me make whatever I wanted to and let me put it on tap, and we had to collaborate and figure out the system and figure out how to brew.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's
You
really
kinda
cool, actually.
Cut your teeth here.
Yeah, and then that was about 11 years ago. So since then, I've been doing things in the industry and
now you have like a career. That's fucking awesome.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's really cool. So we wanted to talk about the beers that we had, obviously, and so first of all, we genuinely did, no bullshit, we genuinely did like all of them.
Okay.
And the one I liked the most was the peanut alert.
Okay.
Really liked the way the peanut butter flavoring kind of went with the red.
Yeah.
And it just seemed to fit so perfectly. I'm like, why has this never been done before? It
Yeah.
just goes with the maltiness of the red and kind of just the
Peanut butter.
It just kind of
works.
worked perfectly.
Yeah. So I guess like at the time this beer came out, Belgian Beaver also released their peanut butter.
Yes, which I love, by the way. So
great.
it was
Yeah,
great to try something different and a red too, not a stout.
Yeah. So theirs is a little bit sweeter. Ours is more peanut.
Yes.
It is definitely
I
a
think
lot more
both
peanut.
beers fit within their niche, and they're both great beers.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's just two different approaches.
Well, and it was really cool too, just to flavored red, because you don't really see that very often. It's pretty rare. So when I saw it on the menu, I'm like, that is really unique. I want to try that. So it kind of fit. It was one of my first choices for our flight, and it's just unique because you see flavored stouts all over the place, right?
Yeah.
But a flavored red is pretty rare, so it was cool, and I really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah, it's one of our most popular. So yeah.
What made you want to put like peanut butter into that? What is it like by happen accident, or just
I think
felt
at the
like
time
it was the right thing?
Peanut was like a very hyped ingredient, and everybody was just trying to figure out how to use it, and we were too. And we came up with this one. We're like, it sells really good. Like it's really easy to market. People come in and it's easily translatable to people that aren't beer drinkers. You know. So I think it's an important one to have on tap, you know, especially here in like Old Town. We get a lot of people on vacation, and so not everybody's necessarily a beer drinker, and having something that's flavored like that is.
Well, and I'm a regular beer drinker, and I still like the flavor.
Yeah.
I still like the flavored red
awesome.
ale.
Still good.
You know, so like, I'm not as much of an IPA guy as most Californians are, but I still like them, but I'm just a little bit more,
That's okay.
I'm not. I pump the brakes a little bit more on them, I guess, than most people do. So it's really cool to just see a red ale kind of get a little bit of a push, because besides having a flavored red ale, a lot of breweries in general don't even have a red ale, period. So
yeah. And I think it's important to have like an old style like that, like an old American style, and people love it. So.
And his favorite was the Orca, right?
The Orca, yeah. I told him off camera that was my favorite. It tastes like a cookie. He said it was a muffin, but he didn't.
Cookie made sense once it occurred to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. It's almost a cookie.
It's a cookie.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And that's a great Christmas, winter beer. And so you guys made that a couple of times, yeah?
Yeah. So we've been making that beer since like 2014.
Okay.
It took us about 2 years to dial in how to use raisin correctly to make it sweet and not like a wine,
Okay.
But once we got dialed in, we ended up winning a bronze medal at Great American Beer Fest.
That's good.
And ever since then, it kind of put us on the map. So it's an important beer.
Yeah, good beer. You guys try that beer. Come here during the winter season and try it out. It's
Or
really
any
good.
season.
Any
Doesn't have to
season.
be
You
winter.
should have it.
Canning
You
it
should have it.
soon, so,
Yeah, you can can it soon. There you go.
And I had a funny moment before we finished up here. So, see how this is organized here?
Yeah.
Well, it was
yeah.
reversed.
It was reversed.
But the
We had a
beers
little
weren't
mix up for
reversed.
him.
Okay.
So I was tasting this. I'm going like, this really tastes like a really hoppy IPA. And like, they're not
okay,
kidding
yeah.
when they say a dry hopped pilsner. They're
Yeah.
not kidding. But no, it's just because they were backwards. So
Yeah.
that's
No worries,
so-
Yeah, it was
Cool. I'm glad you figured
It was
that
funny.
out. Yeah.
But
Didn't figure it out.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
when I tasted this, I'm like, okay, this is the pilsner. This is definitely not an IPA.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Cool, cool.
the Cali Crisp was really smooth. To me, it felt like a good summer beer. It went down very well. And then the third degree, that was the IPA. You definitely taste the hops in that really
and the mosaic
hops.
Yeah,
a lot
so
of mosaic.
really good.
West Coast.
Really good.
Definitely a good West Coast IPA. I'm like him. I've kind of soured on IPAs, but you know, there's.
It's only because they're so
okay.
saturated, but
Yeah.
I always gravitate towards a mosaic
Yeah.
hops. Like it
Mosaic hops are
pulls
good.
me in a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for like, if you're established a brewery, you gotta like know how to make a good IPA. Kind
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, especially in California.
Of. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
there's
yeah,
so
exactly.
many IPAs, and you
Yeah.
got to figure out a way to stand out from the rest.
And that's
somewhat, so.
that's important. Everybody's competing, and we're
Yeah.
all pushing each other a little bit more.
Yeah. Quick question: any like competition between all the breweries around here? You guys like talk to each other?
I think there
or-
is competition, but there's more like collaboration. Everybody's really supportive.
That's good. Yeah.
All the brewers in town are all friends. We all meet up at each
Yeah.
other's breweries and hang out and
That's really cool.
That's cool. That's cool to do.
talk beer,
Yeah.
talk shop.
You guys want to continue to thrive. Everyone thrive and
Yeah, it's important for everybody to do
support.
good.
That's good.
Yeah, we're all the same industry. Let's make the industry do better. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Cool.
And there's been some breweries kind of like closing up, going under, and stuff like that. So it definitely
Yeah.
is important to
It
kind
is
of
important
keep,
to
keep
you guys.
the scene and the atmosphere going, because I mean, you don't want these places to go under, because all of them kind of represent something a little bit different.
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
bit cool.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think we wanted to just talk to you about the beers that we liked in
Yeah.
particular, and about all of them. And it's really cool to get your input. And yeah, man. I mean, I live local, so I'll definitely be back.
You should.
And,
Yeah. I'll be back whenever I come down. Whenever I come down, and I'll definitely come back. Put it on the agenda to do so.
So if you guys are ever in Temecula, you're probably going to Old Town, because it's like the only touristy spot in Temecula.
yeah.
So just come down the street a little bit to Aftershock and see what Thomas is doing over here, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah, it's a
And
great
have some good
area.
beer.
Got a bunch of other stores too around here too. So and they're apparently going to build a restaurant next door.
Oh,
too.
that's right.
So
That's right. Yeah.
So hopefully that opens
You
soon
gonna be
as well.
cooking food too, or just?
No, hopefully not.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas, for giving us your insight on your beers. Thank you for having us here at Aftershock. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We'll look forward to any new beers or any new inventions, recipes.
New collaborations,
Yeah,
whatever it
any,
may
any
be.
kind of
So.
new things that you got going on. Hopefully, eventually, we'll see you in your local, beer markets, on taps, and in stores. So I'm
Wrap it up, Steve.
I just
Wrap it up.
Keep talking.
Keep
keep talking.
going.
Keep talking.
All right, that's it. We got one more segment coming up, and then we're out
Thank
of
you,
here.
Thomas. We'll see you later.